All right, so we're back. We're trying to pick up where we left off a little bit earlier today, but I did do some work, so I wanted to explain what I did and then where we're at and what we're getting ready to do. So if you recall, we were working on the heating ducts, got both of them through, but then I've trenched my packed gravel 411s. And the same thing over here, trench this one out to where the heat duct's going to go. So I've sort of put the heat ducts together, kinda, so that we're ready to put them in. But first things first, I need to get plastic down. I've already compacted right here, so I'll get this compactor out of the way. This pile of bucket of dirt here, we'll fill in around the pipe. Once we put the plastic down, we'll put that beside it to keep the pipe where we want it and allow the guys to walk through, hopefully without crushing our pipe. They're just going to have to know where it's at until the concrete's hard enough to really finish. But anyways, we'll get that done. We'll get the plastic down. Then we'll get this gravel dumped in around the metal, and then it's time for blue board. We'll get the blue board down where we want it and how we want it, and then we're ready to pour concrete tomorrow. So I'll get us set up here and then you can watch as I go. I probably won't do a whole lot of talking while we go. So I'm not sure if you can tell, pretty breezy right now, so me by myself putting down plastic, this might be comical. Okay, so we're going to be using some 3M. I got a little bit left of a different brand, but duct tape or aluminum foil tape I use on ductwork. What I think I want to do is put these two together first. A little easier. You won't have to fight it as hard. Get it taped, all that good stuff. I like to put the seams apart from each other so they're not lining up. Usually it's a little easier and you don't have to fight the material as much. There you go, just like so. Get it in there pretty good. Now you got to be careful. I had to cut this one down, so this one may have a couple sharp edges. Hopefully we don't get cut on them. But, and then we'll use this leftover, what's left of this one, up first. I guess that's the plan. I did bring my glasses so I could see the paper. There's a foil and then there's a paper backing, and sometimes that paper backing is a little bit of a trouble to get off there. If anybody knows a trick, put it in the comments. I try bending it back and forth a little bit, and usually somewhere the foil will separate, and then once you get the foil to separate, you can get a fingernail under it and pry it apart, which is what's trying to go on right here. So then once you get it apart, you can kind of work it down down the thing. Then I pull a little bit, right? Try not to stick it to itself because then it's a pain. And then get that good and stocked right in the middle of your seam. And then just kind of work it and peel it back as you go. And then you can come back. There's that sharp spot. Just said, don't get cut. Found it. Did not get cut. At least I don't think. At least not bad. So there we go. We can rotate that around a little bit. It helps to have a helper, because then you're not fighting this all by yourself. But starting to lay down some foam board. The idea is to put 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 2 inch insulation under that concrete. In this case, we're going to go inch, but because that's what space I got, since I used some gravel and it also is cheaper. That'll give you a little bit of insulation between the concrete and the ground, and then that way the cold doesn't bleed through as much. So that's the idea. So what we're going to do is put sections out. I'll cut them at an angle here. I'll put full sheets out where I can and piece in the rest of it. It's not going to be perfect, but I'll show you the result when we're done. Well, okay, we've got the blue board down taped. We got the plastic down underneath. It could have went on top, but then you couldn't have went under the heating ducts, so I chose to go underneath. Some people put the plastic on top of the blue board. If there's nothing running in it, that's probably a smart thing. And then I'm going to take some great stuff here, just regular old great stuff. Fill some cracks around the air ducts and things of that nature, just so that the concrete settles, but two, the draft doesn't come in tonight while we're